So since last time, I updated these icons to be SVGs instead of the colored icons that I didn't super love. And I also added a icon for the current weather up here. And then also spaced out each of these rows just a smidge. This icon thing is actually pretty cool, so let's go over that really quick. There is a weather icon component, and I am passing in the ID that we get back from OpenWeather, passing it through to the weather icon. And then if we open up our file system, we can see that there's a weather icon folder, but there's no actual weather icon component. But this index.blade component works as a weather icon component, which is super fun and useful sometimes when you want a folder of icons, but then you also want that main one to exist, and then but don't want it to exist outside of the folder. So this is a nice little pattern. So inside this index blade component, we have this match thing, which I'll go into in a little second, in a little bit, or in 1 second, whatever. It's using dynamic component, which comes with Laravel, which it accepts a component, passing the class from the index or from the weather icon down to the sub or child components. And then this component will render whatever's passed into it. And so we're taking the ID with a default of 800 and then finding an icon that matches. So for example, if we wanted to find 6:05, it would be snowing. We should also add a default. So I think I'm going to change this to just default. And it's sunny by default. So that's nice. Let's commit that. Make default. Now, one issue with this is that this component only goes and calls the weather API on render or on refresh, and usually I have this page open on a little Raspberry Pi and with a little screen, and I don't refresh all the page all that often because I don't have a keyboard attached to it to refresh the page, and it's in kiosk mode, so there's no like refresh button. So one way we could do this is with the time stuff works. Why is OBS trying to send me alerts? Sure. Let's open a new window and pull that over here. I didn't open up the chat, did I? Floop. No, I don't want to open it up here. How do I do this? Floop. There we go. Okay, so back to what I was saying. How Spatie does this is they have a fetch open weather command. So that runs saves things to a tile in the tiles table so that when this component is rendered, it's just pulling from the database. Let's see if we can find this. Okay, let's go to github.com/spatie and let's search for tile. Time and weather tile. And let's look at their components. So source, HTTP, no. This isn't, no. Where's their LiveWire? LiveWire component, time weather tile, tether, time weather tile component. There it is. So they're returning stuff to the view and just getting it from the time weather store. Do I actually want to store this in the database? I mean, it could help. So they do just a render function. Did I ever figure out if I can use render functions in Volt, LiveWire, Volt, rendering and mounting components, state, mount, computed, don't want computed. Forms, listeners. Placeholder, validation, rules. Is there not like just a width? Like this? Let's see if that works. I'm curious. So weather, we can say width and say return this. And change that to a comma. Let's see if this works. No. Did I import with? Okay, so it is a function. Okay, so it is getting in there. Oh, it's probably because I have the weather overridden. Okay, so that works. And then if we add, well, I want to make this with, get rid of mount. And then if we say refresh, what was that? Creating your own tile, refreshing the component, refresh interval 60. So if we do this, well, let's make it 6 for now and see if we can see that kick off. So we're looking for an update. I should probably refresh first. So update, it says it's 58 degrees. Okay, update. Cool. Tiles weather, get. Checksum. Did it get anything new? Okay, so S was updated. So I wonder if I can tell. I wish I could tell outbound. Like if I'm hitting. Oh, I should be able to tell. If I go into here and sign in, can I see my usage? Jeez. It's going really slow. Hmm. Yeah, I don't like that I can't see how much my usage is. But, oh well. Okay. So, let's just trust this is working, I guess. That it hasn't changed. Hmm. The way Spassy does this is they've got this store, which is, I guess, the repository pattern, which is probably why I don't understand because it feels more complicated than it needs to be. Like the tiles table is just, what is it? Dashboard, name and data, and it's a JSON column. So like you can put whatever you want in there. So it doesn't need to be this whole thing, I feel like. But there's also more here than I'm using. Like I'm not using this tile. I made my own, right? What could the potential positive be by creating a time weather store or storing things to the database? Then if you schedule it every minute, it's going to hit the API every minute, which is the same as what I'm doing. But mine is only hitting the API if there's a page open, whereas this is going to hit the API no matter what. Huh. Well, I'm going to leave it as is for now. And maybe revisit this once I have a better idea of why I would need to store something. Okay, so let's commit use with function to allow for refreshing. Okay, go back. It's 58. It was 59 just a little bit ago, so I guess maybe it did update. Did I change that to 60? Yes, okay, cool. So the next tile I want to work on. Let's work on the calendar one. So like the calendar one, I think makes sense to have stored data because I don't want to hit Google's API all the time. And I think like I might want to use that data elsewhere. I don't know, like I think that makes just a smidge more sense to me, especially because it's a pretty heavy call if I remember correctly. Let's see. Let's go here. Let's go to Google Calendar tile. The Google Calendar tile, install it. Okay. So this is going to be the first tile that I'm from them that I'm actually installing. So let's install that. And it says you must also set up the Spatie Laravel Google Calendar package. So I want to copy that. Okay, this is going super slow. Okay, I set that up. How to obtain credentials. I already have one from the last version of this app, so I don't think I need to go through this whole song and dance again. Okay. So in config dashboard, let's add this. This one, there we go. Nope. Tiles, Google Calendar ID. This can just be the emails. Sure. Okay, so let's use hi at andymnewhouse.me. I want that to be a more than one because I use this for mine, my spouse's, and then our family calendar. So I don't necessarily want to hard code these because I'm committing them. Okay, well, let's just keep going. So in console kernel, I don't think that's where we put that anymore. Fetch calendar events command to run. Okay, so let's go to the console route and do schedule command. Okay, I guess I can't do that. Laravel, not Laravel tricks, laravel.com/docs, scheduling commands. Okay, cool. So it is schedule command, fetch calendar event command every minute. Okay. Oh, I thought of a good reason to actually store the data is so that you could parse it and make it cleaner. So, which is probably what this is doing. Put data in events. It's getting events. Calendar ID. Calendar store. For calendar ID collect. Okay. Get presentable date. What is that? Is today, tomorrow. Okay, so it's doing some nice stuff. Okay. So if I do PA's, how do I do this? Schedule work. That's what I want. PA schedule work. It's gonna run that every minute. Let's go back to our dashboard or our log, pose blade, and use calendar. I think that's how I do it. Google Calendar. Usage, LiveWire, calendar tile, config ID. Let's make this B2. Come down here. Not found. That was calendar tile. Boop, boop. Okay, so one showed up there. Nothing's in there yet. Has this run? Yes, but it failed because I haven't brought in that thing. KB, that goes in storage app. No. Let's go to Hootie, the old version of this app, and go to storage app, Google Calendar. There we go. There we go. And if we do this again, I could just run this directly. PA, fetching calendar events. Not found. Code, Sunny Old. Views, no. Storage app, Google Calendar. Let's put you here. Replace you. Delete you. No. Okay, actually. Sunny Old. Copy that Google Calendar. Go to Sunny New. Paste it in here. We have the service account, credentials. If I try and run this command again. No, I don't want that one. I want this one. Damn. Maybe I should have actually paid attention to the documentation. Okay, so Google Calendar. Let's actually go to Google Calendar, KB. Okay, so it's service. Is that what it's called? App, Google Calendar, service account, credentials, JSON. Okay, we're not using OAuth. The ID of the calendar that will be used by default is calendar ID. Maybe I shouldn't. Andy M. Newhouse. Maybe I don't need that. Okay. Okie doke. Let's try this again. So go to the API console. Okay, let's make sure a new project for Sunny inside my organization. Create. Enable APIs and services. On the next page, search for calendar and select Google Calendar API. Google Calendar API. So I want this one. API enabled. Credentials in APIs and services. Click credentials in the sidebar. Okay, go back. In the sidebar. And so in here, manage and credentials. There we go. And credentials and API services. Wait. This says create credentials, sure. And then service account key. And we'll call this, name it anything you like, the service, see an email address, select JSON, create, download, warning, the service account does not have a role. You can safely ignore this and create the service account without assigning a role. Okay, so let's call this Sunny. Sunny 24. Sure. Create and continue. Select a role. They said to continue. And do I continue after that too? Okay, so Sunny, edit. Keys. Create a new key, JSON. Okay. But I didn't want to be in home dashboard. I wanted to be in Sunny, but okay. So I've got that key. I should be able to put it, where is it? Here. I'm gonna copy this, delete that, paste that, and now will you work? Probably not. No. Probably because I'm not doing something. Okay, yeah, so I need to take that email details, so Sunny, and I need to go into calendar, google.com, and okay, sure, I can go to general, settings and sharing, and add peoples and groups. Why can't I see more than that? Okay. Is there something in here about that? Anyway, okay, let's see if this works. Okay, that did work. And if I go to, I don't actually use this account for my calendar. So what if I go to calendar.google.com here and switch my account? How do I do that? I want to switch to this one. Yeah, shush. Okay. Wait. I want this Google account. But I'm still going to be, yeah. Okay, there we go. There's looking like more stuff. Cool. So in general, settings and sharing, I can do add, paste this, see all event details, send. Okay. So now if I go back to ENV and make this andymnewhouse@gmail.com, then one floop W, then will it work? Cool. And if I go to table plus and Sunny and I do tiles, we're going to have calendar and we're going to have one for Andy Newhouse and it's not empty. So then if I go to the dashboard, blah, cool. That showed up. Okay, so let's commit what we've got so far. Da-da-da-dum. Install Google Calendar. Tile. Okay. And I think that's a good stopping point. I think I might change the style of this a little bit. Like I kind of want, okay, I have karate makeup in one day, but it's on Monday and today's Saturday. So there's some weirdness there. And I want to merge my like work calendar in with my calendar. I want to pull in Ash's calendar and our family calendar. I want to make this scrollable so I could scroll down and see all of the other things. And then I also would like to add the duration. So like karate is an hour, or like the belt test is like a couple of hours and stuff like that. So like I like to see the duration. So that will probably be next. I don't know if I'll do that on stream or after stream, but yeah. A follow or subscribe and stuff so you know when I do this again. Have a great day, everybody.